Good evening and welcome to sunny Dumfries in Scotland. And we'll be bringing you coverage from the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championships 2014, live from the Ice Bowl Arena. The matchup will be draw 23 in Group C, Switzerland taking on Czech Republic. Both these teams have qualified for the playoffs, but it's all about where they're going to be positioned in the final 8. So Group C, there we see Czech Republic topping the table with 6 wins. Switzerland just behind them. 5 wins, 1 defeat. And this is all about who is going to go through in that number 1 spot from Group C. There we see Slovakia and Romania, Netherlands. Things just not went their way this week, but a good experience for them. As we take a look at Switzerland, it's Michelle Gribi and Reto Gribi. And they're up against the Czech Republic. Suzanne Hajkova and Thomas Pau. So the rules of play are 2 players, 1 male, 1 female, 6 stones per team, 46 minutes playing time, 6 ends minimum, 8 ends is the standard amount of ends, and also both players can sweep and no takeouts till the 4th stone of each end. So the game is underway, and then you see the 2 predetermined stones, the red stone back of the forefoot, the yellow centre guard. Switzerland with last stone, they will be playing the red stones, Czech Republic the yellow.
And Czech Republic just not really getting enough curl with their first come around, so it's still quite open for Michelle Gribi to put a good one in here. If she can just freeze on top of the yellow, that would be a good result.
Yeah, so just to introduce ourselves here on air, it's myself, Ken Edwards, and I'm joined once again by Sarah Carlson.
Nice to have you back, Kenny. And well, that's quite a good stone by the Swiss. It's still possible to come around and freeze from the other side though. So this is a really important game. The winner is going to win this group, and they're going to go. That team's going to go straight to the semi-final. The 2nd and 3rd team in each group, they will play a qualifying game. So the team that loses this game, they will play the team that comes in 3rd in the D group. So it's a really important game for both teams because, of course, you really want to get in that semi-final spot.
Yeah, so the ends beginning to take shape, and I expect this to be quite a close and quite tight affair. Both these teams have been playing pretty well.
Yep, they've been playing really well, and I believe we have a technical timeout straight away. Just eye on the hog, not really working, the handle. The lights are not flashing. Or they're flashing a lot. Okay. So we'll just have the umpire go and watch at the hog line so that the play can continue, and then the ice makers can have a look at this later.
So Reto Gribi.
Could get a really good result if he gets by the centre guard.
Yeah, there's quite a nice pocket at the back of the fort. That's really nice. Maybe just sitting two.
Yeah, do it. Well, because, well, the Czech team, they got the bronze last year. And of course, Switzerland has got 4 golds in the six World Mixed Double Championships that has been. It's not been this team though, they're new, but the Swiss normally are very good at mixed doubles.
So Thomas Powell for Czech Republic, just going to try, I think just freeze right up in the top of the red, just played by Switzerland.
Yeah, because they're so close to the T-line, both of the red ones. Just a good freeze here can really, really limit the scoring area. Maybe comes a bit further than he would have wanted. Ends up with a tap and a little roll. Again, really needing to work this to get past the guard. And it's not quite enough, but he will get this into the rings.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mistake there. Really had to get past the guard. He just catching it. Didn't move it off the centre line though. See, there's a big area now for Czech Republic to come down just on the in turn. Swing right down onto top of that red that's on the 1 foot.
Hodně místa. Hodně místa.
8, 9.
Hodně.
Again, Thomas Powell just trying to come down onto the red, but just a little bit too much weight, I think, Sarah, and that one didn't curl.
No, but if Czechs are only lying 1, then it's still, well, if the Swiss are only lying 1, then it's still a good situation for the Czechs because it's just surrounded by yellows. Just need another red one in there because the Czechs could play at tap on either side. So pushing the yellow one to the left of the centre line down a bit and try and sit on an angle towards the yellow.
Okay, länge gut.
Und ja.
So, I think I might just be looking for a guard with this one. Top of the 12 foot. Again catches that top centre guard.
Yeah, now it's wide open for the Czech Republic to actually make a move on the Reds.
Switzerland do have last stone, no?
And it's maybe not wide open, but it's definitely there. They don't need to move it very far.
Just looking at the overhead there, it's certainly movable at sort of barrier weight. It's just how far can you move that first red. So C-SUI-CZE.
They're fine.
6, 7, 8.
Picky, from middle.
So I think this needs to curl, but it is
8, 9.
swing once you get close to the center line, but this one's just hanging wide. I don't think they're going to get enough movement on the red shot stone. However, he will have second shot, and I don't think it's really easy for the Swiss to try and score 2. I think they're just throwing this away.
Yeah, I think so.
So the last stone of the first end is being thrown away, and it will be just a score of 1 for the Swiss to start off the game.
Okay. Gut, danke. Wir müssen schauen, was wir haben. Jetzt wissen wir ein bisschen mehr Eis.
Yeah, so this isn't the only game that's going on in the arena. Just let you know that Poland are taking on Japan, Austria are taking on Slovakia, and Spain against USA, and Ireland up against New Zealand. And we'll give you scores from each of them games as soon as they complete their first ends.
Yeah.
So there you see the predetermined stones already set up, ready to go.
Yeah, and the very first important freeze. There's not a lot of room for error with this. You can definitely not hit the guard, and you can't be heavy either. So there's a couple of acceptable results, all in front of the tee line. Of course, locked on is the absolute best spot. Looks like Michel Grebe has played a good one. It's not all the way down there, but certainly in a very usable position.
Vypadalo, že přetočila, aby dala trošku víc.
Okay.
So C-SUI-CZE, quite a successful junior career.
They're fine.
Been at 4 World Juniors, picking up a silver medal in 2013? No, 2012 actually.
Yeah, the first ever medal for the Czech women. Only lost that to Hannah Fleming in the final.
Okay, niet, aber is goed.
Sehr lang moet. Wow, 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 veel blad. Sehr veel gullen.
Czech Republic is sitting 2, but still leaving that red one in a great spot for the Swiss. If Reto Grebe has not just put a bit too much weight on that.
The light is not working.
On this one.
Yeah.
And I don't think that one's going to help them a lot. And what are they talking about?
The beginning was, there was no red and no green after
think they're just the lights were coming on just to indicate it wasn't released before the hog line.
It already changed the situation at the house.
No, but I think it wasn't overslided.
No,
There's
no.
no signal on it.
There's no red and no green point. I think it's the same stone.
Okay, so neither red or green, and the same stone that he had problems with.
Can we check the batteries in there or yes? Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
So Susanna Heikova also saying that's fine. They can check it again in between the ends.
Yep.
And Thomas Powell
Ja, vůbec nic.
still coming around the outturn here.
Vůbec
Czech
nic,
Republic sitting two.
abych se ra- ono to možná dotočí na tu.
So that's maybe not the best result actually, because it taps the yellow one quite far. And that red one is now in a great position for the Swiss team.
Ja, dank de take brengt is niet veel.
Nee, ik geloof ook niet.
Moet hij het daar spelen?
Ging je daar goed, ja?
Nog hingen 4. Freeze is eigenlijk ook goed.
Ja.
Yeah, so Josef again, Reto Griba, Gribi, sorry, has
Nog lang niet, nog
put
lang
quite a
niet.
lot of weight with this
Goed,
one.
ik nog.
Ja, ja.
Really struggling in his intern.
Looks like he's got better line now though. And that's a nice tap.
Je 10, 11. Už takhle jsem guard. Takhle jsem guard.
OK, 10.
10.
Můžem klidně 11.
11, ok.
So Thomas Powell gonna come down and make a move on the reds. Still, if he could even come up to nose,
Komora stačí podle mě.
I think it's gonna look quite good, because
Stačí komora.
there are no stones really locked onto each other, which will probably benefit the Czech because they have the last stone.
Yeah, I think if you're going to play this, you play it around back 8 weight. Just move the stones around, change the angles.
And then just push the shot stone back. Big sweep from Powell. Looking really close to the guard now.
Oh, beru guard.
Yeah, spills the guard off. But that actually isn't that bad a call, really.
No, now it ends up with 2 corner guards.
Eén tappen einfach.
Ja?
Eén tappen. Op de nummer 3.
Niet.
Nummer 3.
Mis die shot.
Oké,
Je moet dan nog een freeze leggen.
goed. Is maar gelijk weniger.
Gribi, are they playing the freeze on the yellow?
Hier. Hier, mooiste.
Goed, Lenny.
They are allowed to hit. There might be an easier shot available for them.
Hier.
Crossing the center line is not a very common shot in mixed doubles, and we find quite often that players don't really know what the ice is going to do when you try. And now this is wide open, and Czech get rewarded for taking off the guard.
Nog niet teruggespeeld. 5 minuten.
Yeah, so the problem is, I think the red will jam on the back yellow.
Might not be the end of the world though.
I think if you catch it just inside the nose, you might be able to kick it off the yellow on the left. It might miss the back yellow, so or catch an edge of the back yellow. So Just inside the nose, I think.
I think he was a bit tight with this one.
I think he's well tight, Sarah. He's going to be lucky to catch anything of this.
That's a disastrous result, actually. Over curls by a lot, and leaves the red one almost frozen onto the back yellow.
Yeah, it's a poor shot from Thomas Pau.
I think Swiss are just going to guard the top yellow now. And, it'll be difficult for Czech Republic to score.
So what can Michelle Grebe do with our final stone?
I think they're just going for a centre guard, making sure that that yellow stone can't be tapped up by Czech Republic.
That's pretty nice. But is there a double there? I don't think it's there.
No, I think they've just covered enough for both.
I think the tap's still there on the yellow, but the double on the two reds.
How do you get there though with that guard?
Yeah,
A jak moc
Ten červený, no.
you've got to
Ale
play
ten
it
je lepší.
posunu.
No jasně.
hack weight really.
Taky, no. Ale to vymrzne, že jo?
Yeah,
to
or
Okay.
red, yellow. Just need to be a bit careful. You can't over curl here and push the red one in.
Asi moc, ne?
Bude OK.
Yeah, so this will be the final stone of the second end for Suzanne Haikova.
Backline.
Just looking for a double tap.
Johar! O, už jsme vedle.
Line is so important, and I
Looks-
don't think she has the weight, so they're just leaving it. Oh,
To asi nešlo. On red.
Fakt ty jo, bomaj.
Yeah, just over curled. And I think maybe just a little scared of that one. Didn't want to throw too much weight on it. Errored on the right side, and it would be a steal of one.
so Switzerland in a 2-0 lead. It was really Czech Republic having a good end, and then Tomas Paul just missing that double attempt, which in the end gave the Swiss a steal. Japan is up 2-0 over Poland. New Zealand took 2 in the first against Ireland. It was Spain that got 1 in the first end against USA, and Slovakia has a 2-0 lead over Australia.
So Switzerland, although they're 2 ahead, they've not built a big enough cushion yet to feel relaxed.
No, and there's a lot of experience, of course, in the Czech team playing mixed doubles. 2 points on the board. It's not a lot in this discipline. We see teams scoring big all of the time. And this one maybe just a bit too short from Swiss. And Susanna Haikova can draw another one in there. If she could leave this just top 4 foot, maybe it would be absolutely perfect. She comes all the way down, it would allow Swiss another freeze to shrink the scoring area. And 74% for Susanna. They're good numbers for mixed doubles.
They're fine. Yep.
Pět, pět, šest, šest,
Here.
šest,
Whoa, lovely. Yep. Whoa.
Sweeping for line, but maybe calling it a bit heavy, but it's really a beautiful draw. It is all the way down though, so Swiss could come down with a freeze.
Yeah, that's a really nice shot.
Gaan we nog hingen 4 gaan, dus best 2 tossen naar.
Yep.
Yeah, got some great line too.
Okay.
It's up to Reto Griebe to try and follow. 73% for him.
Hang 4.
Yeah, I think a little bit lower than that in this game.
Langer, ja.
Certainly his in-turn has not been his strength.
Well, he's throwing it once again, but this one with a lot of pace. They were talking about tapping, but that's a good hack weight, so it won't
Is good.
curl enough.
dobrý, ale nedal.
And again, it's just Czech Republic off to a really good start.
Malinko za ten červený.
No ideálně, ale jenom
Okay.
zadost. Já mám hodně místa. Až úplně na konci, klidně 3.
74% also for Tomas Paul.
Fakt hodně místa. Jenom 3. Tak jo, můžeš. Jenom 4. Jenom 4 nedal, já nedotočím. Jo, pojď na 4.
Yeah, doesn't need this one right up, but finds a nice spot with that.
Als je bij daar spelen.
Nedotočím.
Ja, met 1 en 1.
Tak hrál to.
Even maar erop spelen.
Kraat, troef.
Ja. Ja,
Talking about the
Jos, nou,
freeze.
verlengen erop komen.
And of course, that would be nice. I don't mind
Uit hem erop.
seeing them run this down now, though. They are 2 points up, so have a look at the scoreboard.
En zo
If
nou.
they lose 2, it's still going to be fine. Just need to make sure that Czech Republic don't come in and score really big here.
Maar ik hou van de ribben.
Nee, go.
Ja, dat is goed.
Aber aussen breken, wees eens met zo breken.
Dat is het aanneem.
Nee, andere Seite.
Ga eens niet.
Nee.
Ja, ze zeggen gaan naar heen. Ik ga weg bang.
Ja. 2 brengen, maar dan moesten zo.
Yeah, I think I'd probably just go try and play the freeze with this one in the out turn, but I like to run this one.
I don't mind. Just try and clear this situation up. They still have a couple of stones to do that, and if they can keep Czech Republic to scoring 1 or 2, that's certainly great. Oh,
And I think he maybe hogged it.
he had a hog line violation the previous game as well. We showed them. So
Takhle dozadu.
maybe something to work on for him.
Však to dometem dozadu.
Oh. Okay. 5.
Tady to pojede tak 13. Ona tady udělala 13-6 a skončila na 5.
So what are the Czech Republic looking to do? They're going to try and maybe block the out turn now.
Yeah, and they could even come into the 8 foot and set 3.
Here we see this one from Reto Griebe, right on top of the hog line.
Barák 5. 6.
Já nic. Jo, můžeš.
So can Thomas Pau
Jo.
capitalise on that mistake?
Svěr.
Jenom 4.
Jo, svěr, bude skvělej.
Jenom 4.
Tak wow. Wow.
This one looks pretty good.
I think they're on the red, but might not be the end of the world. Making that freeze just a bit more tricky. Not really leaving a double either. So Rete Griebe gonna have another go.
Ja, is goed.
I think this will be released a bit quicker. That's the green lights. And now what has he got? Oh, he'll just drive about everything in the house.
Nebo gár, klidně asi jenom. Co? To dejte si na gár, to.
Yeah, so things looking good for Czech Republic in this end.
Yeah, really good. They can come down with another one here. If they can just tuck a piece of it, then Swiss are not really going to have a lot to do. They're just going to try and keep Czech to scoring only 3.
Nic. Jejo. Jejo. Jejo, zaber. Jejo, zaber, málo místa. Málo místa. Málo místa. Zaber.
Chest.
Jejo, pojď.
Oh, has he got past? Oh, he's actually caught the second one. So if I'd got past, it was absolutely perfect, but just over curled.
Yeah, and Michelle Griebe can make 2 of them go.
Voor de rood, kijk nu.
Ja, toch goed. Sta.
Ja,
Neem hem eens op.
geef het al.
Hij trouwt 2.
Yeah, I think you're just going to have to admit defeat with this one.
And if they let Czech Republic have 2,
Nou, was.
it'll be a tied game and they'll
Yeah,
have a
well,
last
so-
zone advantage in the 4th end, which
Goed.
isn't bad.
Yeah, they're sorry, but they might leave a chance for still 3 if you move things around in the forfeit area. They might be able to play a drive back in that high red.
Ja, Moes. Moes. Tip. Tip.
So
Whoa, whoa. Tip, 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 tip.
that's what someone do.
Whoa, whoa.
Well, did not make the double. Gets a little roll, but I'm not sure that helps them because Czech Republic can just come down to their own and score 3 that way.
Yeah, Sarah, just a straightforward full forfeit draw for a 3 and to take the lead with their first score. Final stone of the 3rd end for Suzanne Haikova.
Weer fijn.
Šest.
Weer fijn, jenom tvoje. Yup, yup, yup. Yup.
It's just has a little bit of backing.
Yo!
Now it needs to go for line though, if you believe Tomas.
Yo! Yo, yo.
Oh, and she is just by.
And I think it's pulled up in time.
Okay.
And it will be a 3.
3 yellow. 3.
Yeah, so score of 3 in the lead for the Czech Republic.
3 yellow.
Pak zatím hraje asi tak jako já, tak to je dobrý.
Yeah, they certainly came back in the game.
No počkej, nepředáněj.
Ale tak
Been
ten
kind of
závodník
wait.
tak dá
They've been looking strong all the way through the first ends as well. Just not all the way there. So good result for them. Australia got 1 to trail Slovakia 2-1. Spain still up on USA 2-0. New Zealand has a 4-0 lead over Ireland. And it's 2 each between Poland and Japan.
Yeah, so Czech Republic just sticking with the format of Susanna throwing first and last rocks. Interesting to see if Switzerland maybe change things around.
I don't think I've seen them do that through the week. A couple of teams do, but some teams just stick with the same order. And it's probably good if you have found what really works for your team to have a set position that you can focus on. Bit of a mistake with the first, to just kind of chip off a little bit and sit in the open. Just a nose freeze here would be a really good angle for the Swiss.
Richtig schön.
Gut.
Warte.
Setz
Warte.
Überlänge.
Okay, nein, warte. Sehr gut. Warte noch. Warte.
Yeah, so that one just comes down onto the yellow. That's quite a nice shot.
It's a really nice shot by Michel Grebe.
Až k němu úplně.
Jo, souhlas.
Nic.
Ale
Čekej.
to hodně tuhne.
Tak jo. Místa hodně.
So Czech Republic trying to find the backing on the other side.
Jo. Až k němu, až na tý line, až na tý. Wow. To nevadí, vlastně myslet na adaptu.
And I think they were always
Finds
going to
it,
come a
yeah.
bit too deep with going on that side.
Yeah, it's
Verlänge.
it's pretty nice.
Laat het goed.
Ene 4.
Laat het diep
Rita Grebe can follow this one down. They have the last one advantage, but he's been a bit heavy with his in-turn draw, and this one not looking any different. And that's another one through the rings for Rita Grebe. It's also really difficult in mixed doubles, I think. Once you start struggling with your draw weight, it's so much more difficult to get it back because it's just you a lot of the times. Like normally you would have a couple of sweepers that would help you both with feedback and support.
Hodil jsem ho ven?
Ne, mám dávní ledu.
Asi jo. Ne, o moc, ale o to na konci.
And the draws, of course, in mixed doubles are such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, so there's a nice pocket now for the Czech Republic just to come down and sit right on top of the yellow, I would probably call, rather than right into the pocket.
Místa hodně.
8.
Místa hodně. Hodně. Wow! Já vůbec nic.
Já budu tuhnout.
Vůbec nic. Nemám směr. Jo. Wow. Furt nemám směr. Pořád nemám směr.
This one looks really nice. Yeah, that's a really nice shot there.
It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon.
Koukám, co se stalo.
Staat op.
Mě baví 12 před masou.
Hænger 4, hænger op. Så.
Ja.
Hænger 4 langt væk.
So now going to work on their red one that was first thrown by Michel Grebe. Reto now playing his out turn. See if he gets a better result doing that. I think because they've been talking about tapping so much, then that's when he's been heavy. So seems like he's got a better line now, though. Just can't over curl this instead.
Yeah, it's pushed the red stone in for shot.
Yeah, but it's not the angle they were looking for because it's not frozen to anything now, so it would go
Má jako malou váhu.
Já?
Já?
straight back.
Já bych teda jenom týla, že jo? Ne víc.
Kyťuk, jo, takový.
And Czech Republic still has some yellow to work on the other side.
Samý jako teď, ale jsme rád 9. To zadní kruhy.
No, tak
The shooter from Red Degree B, though, not in a bad position.
OK. No, to bych si musel trošku víc zamíst.
dobře, tak já ti dám takhle.
Nedej.
Takhle ti dám na 3 takhle.
OK. Mám hrát 9 teda.
So would you be tempted maybe to make a play on the reds rather than the yellows with
Já bych
this?
dal normálně modrý, fialový,
Maybe,
bílý,
actually.
Hodím
But if
do
they
kámen,
wiggle the
kámen.
yellow one in here, I think it's going to look quite good for them. Do you rather play the reds, Kenny?
I think I would be tempted to play the reds rather than the yellow.
You can't see a whole lot of them, though.
Yeah, you don't have to play it a lot of weight, you're just looking for back of the 4. Just nudge them around.
Bereme ho kde na půlku?
Komora je v pohodě.
Komora je v pohodě, jo. OK. Tím pádem víc malinko.
Yeah, play a double tap on the reds just to push them to the back of the 4. So if the yellows were promoted, they would kick into the reds.
Starat,
8, 9, 9.
čistit. Jejap, 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 jejap,
This one got past the guard, it has. It's all about getting past the top red.
No, they did play on the reds instead.
Tady to hrozně zafučilo. Bylo to pomalejší, protože jsem prostě nejel tou stopou.
No, to možný, no, a prostě říkám, jak to vypadalo. A to je dobrý.
Yeah, so what can Switzerland do now? I think they can now just tap that red that's sticking out a little bit
Shot dat daar, geen shot.
into
Naar terug.
Ja. Dus we moeten uittekenen.
the pocket.
Dus we moeten dat doen. Het gaan aan. Hij gaat nog maar daar drüber schaffen. Dat is deze Seite da.
Ja, für die ist eigentlich auch ausgesucht.
Hä? Er hat nicht den letzten. Wenn ich jetzt so einen mache.
Dann nehmen wir einfach einen, weil der wird schnell nicht mehr durchkommen. Wenn er dann macht er nicht auch nicht so. Aber es ist riskant, weil wenn du den hier machst, hat er auf jedem Ding hier irgendeine Anschlussmöglichkeit. Ich würde auch so machen.
Der ist schwierig. Ne? Das Problem ist, wenn wir nur hier sind, kann er drauf schießen.
Yeah, so I think they're maybe actually talking about just throwing a guard.
Nein, ich würde auch so machen. Ich sage nur, wir nehmen
Yeah, even if they push the red one in, Czech Republic would get their middle yellow in for shot
Freestappen wäre auch gut.
really easy, and it's not going to go anywhere if they do.
Noch einen kleinen Tap machen. Bis auf Freeze auf uns. Ja. So. Kijk, und da rein. Nur so. Der nicht schlecht.
Sie tun auch sagen,
Yeah, so bit of discussion about this.
Dann können wir über den Angel
wobei,
schießen.
ich kann den ja nur so nehmen. Das heisst, ich kann ihn nur rausdrücken. Grundsätzlich. Du musst den spielen, der dir lieber ist.
Komm mit ihnen. Tap.
Tap.
Ja.
So they have elected a tap. I would maybe leave this for my last shot. It's just hard if Czech then get the yellow one in. That's your hard work done for nothing.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe he just prefers the outturn.
His intern hasn't been his strong point.
Denk ik goed.
Zie je, zie je.
Is this one just going to pull up short? It's going to over curl.
Ja, ja, neem er nog een. Zie je.
Might end up guarding instead.
It's made the tap harder on the yellow.
So maybe that's what they were trying to do all the time, just with the outturn. Now the Czechs have a decision to make. They could go for the tap, try and steal one, but if they don't make it, then they've left the Swiss a shot for two, so they're just going to guard that and give up the one. Or give up the one. There might still be some way for Switzerland to score more, but it looks really difficult.
Dělám ještě víc malinko.
Yeah, Zuzana Hajkova.
Fajn.
Já jsem asi rychlejší.
Pozor, jede krajem, jo, víc krajem jede.
2 plus.
Přetáčí, jenom za hok.
Hodně tu hře.
Just, I think also trying to maybe throw the guard. Maybe just overcurled. Seem pretty happy with it though.
Komt er vouw in het treffen? Nog maar hingen 4.
Ja, dat is vrij veel houden.
En slengte.
Je bent weniger gaan.
Yeah, I still think there's a, because that yellow guard's quite long, I think I'll be able to come around it to maybe 4 foot weight and just nudge the red in.
Ik zei dat de rood kan niet.
Jij wees daar mee nog nooit ziet zum Girlen. Und wir dürfen ihn noch mal schüch nehmen.
Ja. Nog lekker weniger bitte. Weniger.
So final stone of the fourth end.
Eng is goed.
Oh, oh.
Erg weer lang houden.
Just trying to tap an edge of this red stone. This is not going to come enough. Looks like it's only going to be a score of 1, and it is.
That will leave us a tied game though, after 4 ends played.
Ja, maar dat is voor dat zelf deur niet gaan hingen en wirklich knap.
Ja, dat is die gelijk voor 3 meter, maar nog een verder.
Díky na záchod. Než sem si běhne dám. A on už je tady.
And with that, players will have a short break. We will be back just before the second half with some highlights.
So the highlights of the game between Switzerland and Czech Republic. Susanna Haikova looking to tap the yellow up, but this one just didn't curl enough, and that meant that it would be a score of 1 to Switzerland. Second end, and again Susanna Haikova having to play a double tap for the single point. This one just over curled, and it would be a steal of 1 into the third, and it was 2-0 for Switzerland. After some good play by Czech Republic, that left them the opportunity to just draw the forefoot for 3 and take the lead for the first time. This one from Haikova just comes down into the forefoot, and they would score 3-2 after 3 ends. And the fourth end, that redstone just top of the forefoot, and Swiss final player Michelle Griebe just tried to angle it in, but this one just didn't curl enough, and it would be a single point, so the game all tied at the halfway point.
Yeah, so a really tight game. I think it's been that Czech Republic has a slight upper hand, and mostly because we've seen a couple of misses from Reto Griebe, or maybe it's just the stones bothering him a bit.
Technical timeout, sorry.
They are really having some struggles with the handles. So while they fix this, do you want to tell us about the other scores?
Yeah, I'll just give you an update. A really exciting game going over on Sheet E between Ireland and New Zealand. Ireland picking up 5 in the fourth end to trail by 1 now. 6-5 that one. And Spain against the USA. Spain leading 5-0. And Slovakia against Australia. Slovakia 4-1 up. And Poland leading Japan 5-2. So we're bringing you coverage of the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2014 from the Ice Bowl Arena in Dumfries, Scotland. It's myself, Kenny Edwards, and I'm joined by Sarah Carlson for this Group C draw.
Yep, and Michelle Griebe for Switzerland is not going to be able to put any pressure on with the first stone at the end. She will come down too deep. And it's now up to Czech Republic. And again, this is a key shot. They tend to come all the way down to the pin with this, which looks good, but then your opposition will freeze and the scoring area is really tight. So Susanna Haikova, if she can just place this round the centre guard, top 8 foot, she will both make it. She'll make it difficult for Switzerland to play a good freeze, and also allow themselves a lot of room for scoring. Won't quite get the line, sits top 4 foot. And Switzerland not allowed to hit this, but they are allowed to move it, so they want to just push it back and get a little roll in. Again, Reto Griebe with the intern. It's been a bit heavy with this a couple of times. Really curling lots. And he'll come all the way down to the shot stone.
Yeah, that really is curling hard on the intern.
Co?
Ty loopt het zacht.
Se nám nepovede, tak jako tady odsad je to lepší, ne? To vysvětlím to.
Já vím, ale zase tamhle ho z téhle strany ho posune do té haldy těch šutrů za ním.
No ale tady se to jako se
Jak
bude
chceš,
rozstříkat.
jak chceš.
Mně je to jedno.
Mně taky.
So they think they need to move that
Jdeme teda až k němu.
K němu a tep.
red now with this. I think they maybe just need to corner freeze it.
Tady to točí u liney. OK, ukaž mi to z druhý, klidně.
Yeah, because they can still get to it from both sides. So a corner freeze here would be great.
Já vůbec nevím jakou váhu. Abych šel blíž možná, ne? Jestli hraju 9, tak to jsme daleko. 9.
So Thomas Powell for
10.
Hodně místa!
Czech Republic.
8.
Hodně místa!
Ne, 9. 9.
Hodně
8.
Looking quite good. Might just be a bit heavy.
Yeah, he's kept the angles off though.
Messi shot!
Things looking pretty good for the Czech Republic. Although Switzerland set in one back of the 1 foot.
I wouldn't mind seeing them maybe play a take out of the yellow or of the left yellow now. Could maybe even push the other one out.
Yeah, I think
sit two in a line.
I think maybe just a straight tap to the back of the 4 foot would be the call, just alongside the other yellow.
Yeah, that would be nice and just get a little roll.
But what we've seen from Reto Griebe, his weight control just hasn't been what's been asked for throughout this game.
Coming down with a good line though.
Yeah, does find a nice line.
OK, ze strany 9. Pohnout tím zadkem.
No určitě no.
Jdem klidně 8,5. Ten náš asi ztratíme každopádně.
No to určitě.
Tak 8,5.
So I think they're maybe just trying to catch it about quarter stone and push this one into against the red.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing.
This one from Thomas Powell being swept from the hand. Surprised they've played this much weight at it.
Yeah, so am I, because you really wanted to keep the yellow around there.
Yeah, I think you just play that hack weight at the most.
Yeah, you actually didn't need more than T weight back four.
So it's the yellow that's at the back of the 4 foot that's sitting short. So Reto trying to just draw around and promote his own one in for shot, and again just tight with that in turn.
Yeah, that turn has not been his friend today.
Máme dvě varianty, buď to vzít takhle, nebo to odrolovat na stranu.
Jako ona, kdyby to vzala takhle, tak...
Teď o tom mluvím. Buď to zahrá takhle, nebo roll sem.
Nevyber si mě to úplně.
Se možná víc líbí tohle.
Jako Boba ven.
víc tady a tam ten jenom líznout a ten náš stane vzadu.
No jako bylo by to fajn, no.
Nebo jdou tam.
So just looking at what way to hit this in order to avoid the jam.
9.
And also leave their shooter in a good position.
Yeah, I think you'll get away with it about 3/4 stone. Again, be interesting to see what kind of weight he plays at this. But what you can do is maybe catch it just the high nose and drive it back onto the yellow, which will again take the red out of the back, so they've got a little bit of room for error.
I think they're playing quite a lot of weight. That might actually be the shot called.
Like that, but leaves the red sitting shot.
Yeah, the red is shot. I think they are lying 3 or 4 after that though.
Yeah, Switzerland have just got to be a little cautious. Don't want to set up a double or leave Czech Republic with a chance to score any more than 2. So this is first time we've really seen a team really take some time over the shot. It's generally it's called quite quick. You know, that's the shot we're going for. But this Swiss side are really thinking about what they're going to leave Czech Republic.
Yep, we see the 2 coaches up there. Dan Raphael for Czech Republic and Al Moore for Switzerland. 2 very, very experienced coaches, and not surprised to have 2 of the top teams here in the group. But it's not the first time the Swiss team has taken a lot of time to discuss shots. They might need to be a bit careful because they have 46 minutes of playing time. So have they elected a draw? They need to make a good one, because if Czech Republic ever gets a chance to remove the red.
Was meinst du?
Ich finde den Dolly gut.
Okay. Hast du länger schon, oder?
So Michelle Greeby, as we said, just needs to be very cautious.
Wow, veel blad, gelijk.
This one's pretty high for line at the moment. With the play all generally being down the in turn, as we say, just a little bit frosty. I think they think it maybe picked up. I think it's just been a little frosty.
I think it was kind of an odd call, because there's so much that Czech Republic can do on that in-turn side, and they've just played it too, so they know exactly what stones are going to do, and they've left them a shot for 4.
Yeah, just on the high side of nose here. It's pretty difficult to get the 4, but it's makeable. Gotta think Susanna ain't gonna be far away with this. So final stone of the 5th end.
She's given it quite some heat, and really being called on to sweep. Oh, she missed it tight. Yes, she's just pushed it through the hole. It's quite a big miss, and I didn't expect her to throw peel there. Might have wanted to go with something a bit more controlled weight-wise. And just a big opportunity gone through the window for the Czech Republic. It's a steal of 1 for Switzerland.
Yeah, that's a bit of a big miss there, really.
Wel eens spelen.
Anywhere on the high side, you're getting that.
No, ke přitlačkách teďka.
Yeah, we're not sure if it's working or not. Sometimes it goes. Maybe better.
Switzerland keep getting away with just bits and pieces here and there, and 4-3 lead. They've been in trouble a lot of times.
Goed. Weer lang. Richting is nog goed, hè? Plaats weer lang.
God!
And Michelle Greeby calling this one short. Looks okay though. Looks really good actually. And it's a nice first stone.
Wat? Ja, jetzt.
Jsem 6. Je fajn. Spíš víc místa. Pěkně na směr, jestli můžeš.
Ja nic.
Taky ne. Jenom tvoje, už točí. Jenom, no můžeš.
Wants to get a good angle onto the red one.
Yeah, I need this one right down into the 4 though. That's pretty nice. The angles look pretty good at that. Couldn't afford to overcurl this one. So Czech Republic will want to score in this end.
Yeah, for sure. It's the 6th end. They're down by 1. Even just scoring 1 is okay. If they could pick up more, that would be great for them.
One thing about this format is you don't see many blank ends. A mixed doubles championship.
No, well, you lose hammer if you blank an end, so it doesn't really serve a purpose.
Nummer 2. Nummer 2 gaat.
Yeah, this one from Reto Greeby. Coming the out turn this time. As we said, everything's generally been played on the in turn.
Gaan het goed zo?
Ty uhly jsou blbý. S tím bonusem vzadu.
En we wel wel.
So I think Czech Republic are just going to try and peel the guards off. They're not going to mess around.
I quite like this call. I mean, the important thing is that they do score. Get it open. Make sure that they have a weight.
Yeah, I think that's why they're going for the guards with this shot. They know they need to score in this end. This one's sitting pretty high though. Only manages to get the single.
I kind of needed to get both there.
En dan is het eruit.
Yeah, or at least move things around off the centre line.
Zeg je dat goed? Maar zo.
Goed.
So
Christoph, zeg lang.
again, I think Switzerland will just throw a guard on this.
They were pointing at the freeze to the top yellow though. But certainly erring on the light side is not the end of the world. Comes down to the 12 foot, sits quite open.
Jsi na runback?
Yeah, I seem to be pretty happy with the way things are going.
Nebo tohle? Ale ten šutnout a teď jde otevřít.
Half stone slash, do you think?
Co? Ale mi to
Something
dopadlo
out,
tak, že
Tom.
zůstane kámeň. Když tu chvíli, když to beru na
Try and get rid of
tak
both
to znamená,
reds.
že tenhle
Yeah,
jde pryč.
probably.
Ale díky tomu, že dopadnou, dostanou dva červený a žlutý půjde pryč.
Strašně může stát.
Ale vyber si mě to vlastně jedno, teď si musíš brát.
Je to jedno.
Jako mi ten rabek přijde docela těžký.
OK, tak tohle.
Beru
Hodil
to
jsem to
tady.
ven?
Ne, hodil se, dobře.
OK.
Tady to beru.
So yeah, I think they'll go for a peel weight with this one from Thomas Powell.
Try not to stick the red one right there, but make both of them go.
Hodně ledu, ne?
It's quite thin, this, I think, Sarah.
Oh, but I think he has popped it just a little bit. Has
He's got to get something, though.
no.
That is a disaster.
Yes, it's quite common with those peels around the forefoot and the outturn that a lot of players seem to just be a bit too active with the handle, and the stones will just run dead straight.
Wat was je herren?
It's starting to look like the Swiss are going to get away with another steal.
Ja, bis jetzt hat er zweimal da gespielt. Er wird auch noch einmal dort spielen. Kann er dort gefährlich werden?
Wie?
Ist die Seite gefährlich?
Yeah, Switzerland could maybe just throw a guard a couple of feet short.
Ja, hij wordt dort, wenn.
It'd look good for stealing another one.
4 Fuß leggen, andere Seite.
Zo.
Ja,
Je hebt dat lijstje, maar helemaal naar de tabbel.
oké. Ja, dat doen we maar toe en eens.
Ik wil daar na nog spelen.
Oké.
So Reto Gribi just looking for a guard. Where do you think he's going to put this one, Sarah?
Probably anywhere just kind of next to the other one. Just protecting that shot that Czech Republic was just trying to do. And he's come all the way down to make sure that there's no angle to play that shot.
Yeah, I think now's the time they're just going to have to go all out now and play a draw round right to the 1 foot. Maybe even sitting on that back yellow would still make them shot.
Do you think so?
It's so tight.
It could be, I'm not sure.
So, a bit of time being taken over this one.
Stop. Já vím.
They're taking quite a lot of ice as well, so they must think this swings is really hard on the in-turn.
Well, they were pointing at just putting this top 8 forefoot and quite open, probably hoping that they can tap it up with a better angle with their last, but I think Switzerland's definitely going to try and take that shot away.
Yes, this one needs to go for weight. And that's way short. Really need to be at least in the 4 foot. Give himself a chance to angle it in.
Já vím, ale...
Gaan we met de helder.
Ik weet dan niet dat het zo is dat
Ja, daar mag er nu.
So if you're Switzerland, what do you do here? Do you try and draw another one round, or?
You could draw another one round, just need to make sure that you curl enough so that you don't leave any sort of in off, but there's a big swing here, so that should be fine. Just to protect the run back on the yellow. Don't really think they can hurt themselves too much. And they could make, if they make this really good, they're sitting two.
Hängt er? Ist so drüber, oder?
Ich weiß es nicht.
Go, 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 go.
And this one's going to have to go some to get over the hog line.
Well, as long as it's over, then it's going to guard the run back.
Yeah, it really has got guarded the run back. So what's left for Czech Republic now? I think they can maybe catch an angle. I'm looking at maybe trying the red and trying to push the red out the side door, but I don't think that's going to work.
And are they maybe throwing this away then? I wouldn't mind seeing them trying the double run back.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to harm themselves.
Yeah, they're just going to throw that one away.
Yep, and with that, giving up another steal of 1.
Yeah, so Switzerland leading 5-3 after the 6th end. 5th end, sorry.
Keine Plan.
Kann ich ein bisschen weniger Eis auf dieser Seite jetzt haben? Weißt du, ich will so rumspielen.
Ja.
Aber jetzt haben wir zweimal meiner Meinung nach zu viel Platz gehabt bei mir. Jetzt
Ja, der ist jetzt gut gewesen.
Ja, aber das ist vom anderen so gegen runter. Bin ich vorher hinten 4 gekommen, dann ist so viel nebendurch.
Okay. Ja, ist gut.
Yeah, so 2 ends to go. And 2 points up for Switzerland. They have gotten a bit lucky in this game.
Yeah, they haven't played their best, Switzerland. Czech Republic have been pretty good, but just haven't finished things off.
Nope. And on the other sheets, it's 5-5 between Poland and Japan. Slovakia has a 4-3 lead over Australia. And New Zealand is up 7-6 over Ireland. And finally, Spain is up 6-1 playing the USA.
Yeah, this one looking really nice, tapping the yellow to the back of the fort. This is really where you want it.
Fajn.
Neklaj.
Já jsem vedle zatím. Nic.
10.
Točit. 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 Jdu tu něj.
And Susanna Haikova was well heavy with that. It might not be so bad because There's a lot of separation and air between the stones. But it's also all behind the tee line.
Täusche. Hart, bis weit aus. Haltet Länge.
Gut, ja.
Länge.
Gut, hier.
Ja, ja. Bestie. Kleiner bisschen, Wäusche.
Yeah, is this one going to overcurl and find the gap? Oh, it's sitting right in the gap, but Czechs thinking they need to move that.
Even if they just push it straight back, there's still going to be a big wall. They might need to get something that's actually going to sit in front of the tee line.
to hodně.
Yeah, Thomas Pow just at 60% in this game. A little bit below what we'd expect to see him.
Yeah, remember it's such an important game. Even though both teams are qualified, this is for that first spot, which takes you directly to the semi-final. The loser will end up being the second in the group, and they will have to play another qualifying game to get to the semi-final. They will play the third placed team in the D group. Of course, this is the last draw for this group. There are only 8 teams. The other groups are 9 teams, so they have another game. And the 53% for Reto Griebe has really just been his draw weight that's been off, and when he's been heavy, he's not curled enough, and then he's been light and over curled. So just need to find that confidence.
Yeah, but that one's pretty nice. Right onto the button. Yeah, so I think they're gonna have to play this one with a little bit of weight. They bump the red in behind the yellow.
Backline. Backline.
This one from Thomas Powell. Yes, it's probably sitting short. Really did curl aggressively.
Czech Republic need to score at least 2 though.
Yeah, so you think they're just maybe going to guard up?
It's definitely possible. What else can you see, Kenny?
I think that's all they can do is just throw one right down into the 8 foot maybe. hope to leave themselves an angle with their last stone.
Czech Republic have 2 to come though.
Det är Langus. Is it for
Länge nicht schlecht. Länge nicht schlecht.
Wo ist er?
Länge gut. Fluch klein.
Ah ja.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. They're just trying to throw one up tight to the rings.
So they've done a good job. The question is, can Czech Republic come down and tap
Jo,
this?
to nepřijede.
Will it ever be enough for them to score 2?
To je za něj, no. Ale jsme schopni být lepší. Zahrát to sem.
I think they could.
Ale se tak my jsme se ťukneme, no, ale to mi asi nevadí.
Bych nechtěl. No.
On the nose
To mi nevadí.
would be perfect. At that weight, you could sit your 2.
Je to jde?
Určitě. Kdyby to nešlo.
Sorry?
I think your shooting stone will be just in far enough.
Furt máme jenom jednání to gardou. Jedna na druhý teďka.
No
Dokud to
tak
jde.
to on bude, že jo, ten.
Just back 4-foot weight.
Tamhle, sem.
Víc.
Pojď tak 11.
I think that's what they're going for, just to come down and tap the yellow on the nose back onto the red.
Backline.
Čistit! Čistit! Jajap! Jajap!
So swooping on this one for line.
Yeah, important shot to set them up.
Hier! Hier!
They called this one early because they knew it was high.
Oh,
Not bad there though.
já vím.
No. Finds the backing on the red. And it's not what they wanted in the beginning, but
Was the stone? Was the stone?
and now their teams are having some sort of discussion.
Okay, I didn't see it. Fine.
But I think it's fine.
Ale úplně to ztratilo rotaci přes stone teda.
Yeah, I think they're going to call a timeout.
Hear the wise words of Elmore.
Ja, aber ich denke, das ist schrecklich. Nicht? Wenn wir nur so, ja. Ich denke, wenn wir jetzt Guard machen, Schott ist auch nicht, weißt du? Oder? Ja, ist schwer schwer. Vielleicht ging es schon irgendwie, aber...
Kannst du, wenn ich hier anhänge, kommt so ein bisschen reingehen.
The customary slow walk from the coaches.
Yeah, they're so close to the ice though, where they're sitting.
What are you thinking about the guard? This one yellow now.
We
One
don't mind
yellow.
if they get one, it's fine. So a guard in here is good.
Here?
Yeah, that's
This
I don't like it with the ice here.
you can go either way. Whichever way you do better.
I think
We have never played over the middle.
I think
so
I'll
maybe
just
better
say
now.
through the guard.
Yeah, we played it.
Yeah, throw a guard here and it'll be really hard for Czech Republic to score 2, and if they only score 1, then you know the Swiss will be 1 up with hammer. It's a great situation.
Ziemlich. Unser vor ist es auch etwas so gewesen, oder?
Ja.
Yeah, what they can't afford to do is leave Czech Republic a chance to come down and half stone at the back yellow that they've just played, to maybe move things about,
Nein, so ist gut, Michi.
No, they
catch
can't.
the yellow that's on the tee line, onto the red, and then onto the yellow if they catch that around quarter stone with a bit of pace.
Yeah, they can't really leave them a gap to come down and tap the yellow one down, the centered one either.
Yeah, so just need to perfectly cover the yellow that's on the tee line. So important stone for Michelle Greeby.
Da ist jetzt wirklich kurz.
Yep.
This one looks as if it's curling pretty hard. It does get over. Is it going to go over curl? It might have.
Yeah, for the shot that you were talking about, Kenny.
No, nevím, kolik ho uvidí.
It's just
Well,
not there. It's absolutely
no.
perfect.
Podívej, Zach, když tak co největšího to půjde a potřebuji fakt líznout jenom.
Can they just try and wiggle this in with less weight?
Maybe.
Well, they can't really hurt themselves trying.
Kolik ho vidíš?
Nevidím nic.
A vidíš akorát schovaný?
Jo, no, ještě trochu ne, no, ani ne, no.
Můžeme hrát 10, takhle.
Spíš 11.
Ne, to OK.
Yeah, I'll
10
just
je
be looking to
fajn.
catch around
Fajn.
an inch of this yellow, maybe, or just come cold door right on top of it.
Let's show.
OK,
Last one of the 7th end.
pozor. Ne.
Tricky, but possible chance of scoring 2. Nothing from Haikova. And she's not catch anything. So Czech Republic will score 1. And they will be trailing by 1 point in the last end.
Die am Snoepen.
Lekker?
Kun je steeds zo snoepen?
Ah, het is snoepen, ja. Verstaan.
Hodíme freeze, pak hodíme ještě jeden freeze a ukrademe dvojku.
Yeah, so fairly tight going into this 8th and what might be the final end. Switzerland, as I said, really not played their best game, but Czech Republic just not capitalised on the mistakes they've made.
No, and I think now the Swiss is starting to play a lot better too, and it's the Czech Republic maybe feeling a bit punished on the scoreboard and not being able to catch up. Poland has a 2-point lead over Japan, and it is Japan with hammer in the last and 8th end over there. Australia took 1, stole 1 and stole 2 to lead 5-4 over Slovakia. And Spain beat USA with 7-1. So they never played the final end. Finally, it's Ireland with a 1-point lead over New Zealand. 8-7 over there.
Yeah, it was New Zealand who went to a 6-0 advantage in that game after 3 ends, and a great fight back from Ireland to lead 8-7. But our feature game is between Switzerland and Czech Republic.
So Haikova taps that first one back. Maybe not ideal when you're needing a steal. You really want to be just locked on the shot stone, but they have the centre guard. They have a stone just top button. It's a good setup for someone who wants to steal.
Oh, ik loop eens länger, warten. Warten, richtig auf. Warten.
Finger 4,
Wie lang is het? Wow.
Finger 8.
I wouldn't mind to see teams playing the tick there.
Yeah, it's you could get yourself in a bit of trouble. You don't have the sweepers to control it either. I don't mind you thinking with that, but generally you play the tick shot across the face.
Yeah, especially,
So
well, not erroring on the wide. Being wide with that shot, it's really no point because taking off the guard and it's going to look great. It's what you would do in a regular end of curling when you're 1 up and have the last stone. Try and keep the centre line as open as possible.
So is that how you play the tick shot, Sarah?
How I would play the tick shot?
Yeah. Do you play it across the face, or do you come into the stone?
Quite normally, I think I'd come into the stone. I play second though, so I normally don't tick them.
Okay.
Well, I try not to.
What are the advantages of coming into the stone against coming across the front of the stone?
Well, if you come into the stone, I don't know how to explain this, Kenny. I'm lost for words. Do you want to do it instead?
Yeah, if you come into the stone, you'll generally kick the stone sideways. If you come across the face, you'll push it down the way. So.
Thanks. Your English is just a lot better than mine. Thank you.
It's like when you're playing a split at the front of the house. If there's a short guard, you generally take it across the face because the shooting stone will kick forward.
So peeling off the guard now though, and I like this call. It's a big mistake by Tomas Powell not to make that draw, because that was really a great chance for them. So guards off, and I think we're just going to see Czech Republic replacing it.
Malinko víc. Drop.
Ja nic!
Chip.
Nic!
Chip.
Nic! Nic!
Chip.
Just, even though it often looks like you're just playing a guard, it's not easy to play the perfect guard on ice conditions like this, because when you have a lot of curl and you play in front of the rings, it could be hard to place, and you see Tomas Powell has actually crossed the centre line a bit there.
Yeah, so it's on the undecided now what they're going to do.
Neem ze weer.
Sta weg.
Op de andere zitten. Ja, we gaan meenemen, schön, ja.
Ja, aber gerade drauf sollst du nicht.
Nee, nee.
Yeah, there's also a bit of separation between the yellow shot stone and the red shot stone in the house. That they can just clean pick that shot should they need to. So just trying to take this guard off. That's how to play them. You should maybe take some tips, Sarah.
I'll ask him after the game. How do you know that he's not been asking me, and that's why he's making them? But still, that was across the centre line, and could have been a chance for the Swiss to actually remove the shot stone, because if Czech Republic get a better guard up here, they might never come to the shot stone, because it's a really good one. But I believe he's over curling again, and this time by even more. So it's quite a poor shot. I think I'd just pick out the yellow right now. Don't.
Ja, is even bij mij aan de hoek gehangen. Ja, gut, theoretisch, wenn es den mitnimmt, dann ist es so schlimm, oder?
Wenn er mitnimmt, nicht, aber nicht, wenn das so gerade ist, sind es zweimal liegt.
Das wäre nicht so schlimm, dann hat sie einfach den Guard. Dann kannst du schnell reinstehen. Hier loslegen.
Yeah, so I think they're actually going to pick it now, are they?
They're looking at the double. I would just pick the easy shot, get the really good one off there, because that's a really dangerous one. If they try for the double, they don't make it. If then Susanna Haikova plays a perfect guard, they might be forced to the next round.
Ja. Und wenn man einfach noch eine Clearing macht, Warte schnell, wenn wir Tap wäre nicht so gut.
You don't have to tap it either. You can just
Gut, wenn wir es
pick
nur
it
so
clean
nehmen.
out of there. There's no real worry about
Wäre auch nicht
keeping
so,
your shooter.
Yeah.
oder?
Well, wait, a bit worried about the tap too, because if you just nudge off it,
Oder auch nur gerade.
then you're just going to leave
Nein, so ist
a
gut.
great freeze for Czech Republic
Wenn
too.
schon nur Freeze? Ja, nein, Freeze hat nicht.
Nein, so, weil der ist für sie nicht.
Das
Den legen
schon.
wir hier.
Das hat schon.
Finde ich gut.
So.
Ein bisschen weniger. Ja.
You see the time clocks. It's a bit over 4 minutes left for Switzerland. Should be plenty for the 2 stones that they have left to play.
Immer noch ein bisschen weniger mischen.
So they are just tapping the yellow one back. I'm wondering if they're making it a bit too difficult for themselves.
Yeah, I wouldn't be getting too fancy with this. I'd just be throwing the high hard one.
Well, if he makes it perfect,
Gut,
He'll-
irgendwie 4.
shut us both up, I guess.
Yeah, it could be a match winner.
Ja, genug.
Hanging a bit wide still.
Yeah, pushes it for third shot.
And it's a timeout call for Czech Republic. I still think they can just do pretty much the same thing and get a roll in behind their own.
Jakou váhou?
Fajn.
Backline?
To jsem udělat teď. Jsem mu rychle.
Ale jako potřeba na ten líznout
No
ještě
to
sem.
mně stačí, když ho vysunu od 20 centiáky, že jo, nepotřebuji víc supnout.
Bylo fajn trefit malinko z komory dovnitř.
No, jako můžeme hrát větší, no, ale zase bychom si to nepustili.
Good nose
Ještě
hit that one
druhá
too.
varianta je udělat
That would
ale
make them the
s kapsou
double.
úplně
They would
přímo.
sit two. Well, they don't even have to play a lot of weight. They would
Jako
sit
tohle by bylo
two
hodně dobrý, že jo.
and not really
Já si
leave a lot of
zastupovala
room
ten
for
náš.
Swiss.
No, ale furt tady má píl, že jo, a tenhle ten...
No to tam má, ježišmarja,
Já
jsem
think,
to dobrý
že jo.
mít.
The triple's
Že
just
tam
about
budu-
there.
Budu rád, když to nějak vezmu. Takže to možná jako... Tohle je sice, že bude dát proti dvojce, ale mají ten stay. Tohle už tak jednoduchý není.
Says Czech coach Daniel Raphael,
Ale hekama, backline,
hiding behind the.
No, backline.
backline.
Backline je
To jsem
fajn.
udělala.
Tady ty
The other
kameny
teams?
nebudou, že jo.
Yeah, he's just waiting for some stones to be played on
Jako čím víc tam bude mít, čemu
next
tím
door
víc.
sheet. He could have walked the short distance, but he's went the long way.
It's just, if he should nose the one with the like backline and just step it back and lie two or hit and roll by again backline.
I mean, that's the shot. It's just how much weight you want to throw at it.
But
Not more than backline. Maybe max heck.
You mean like a tap tap?
Tap
almost
tap.
like
Yes.
send this one going across this way.
Yeah.
And then just sit in the front.
Just if we should
You know
sit
the line for it.
if we should sit at the center
I
or roll.
think it was almost the same way as I played before.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure, obviously, that you're one after this. So
Yeah. So
And
if we
what's
should
the...
just nose it or roll a bit behind it, the one,
no,
the yellow.
just leave it. Let
Just
it
nose
go
it.
at Yeah. Sure. Play for the game. Play for the game.
Okay.
Backline?
Backline, OK. Počkej, ještě tady.
Teď já už...
Chceme ho trefit teda na komoru.
No
A
počkej, trochu víc komory, že jo?
So backline nose.
Trefíme tenhle, že jo?
Tady.
That would probably
No, malinko takhle. Počkej, to let.
leave the option for
Takhle backline.
the Swiss team to come around the intern and try and freeze the back yellow.
A je to hodně odpadává.
Yeah, so a decision has been made. And it looks like they're actually just going to tap this one back. I'm surprised they're not playing the weight at this. Relatively simple double. So
They're fine. Yep.
Hey,
Whoa.
keep!
don't make this.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
It is
Whoa.
If
Game
you're
over.
not making the double, at least make sure that you get the roll in. What has she got? Haikova. Oh, she's over curled. And that will be the game right there.
Yep, that's. I think that was the wrong call from Dan Raphael. I think you play the hit, and that means Switzerland will progress to the semi-finals.
Yeah, they will. And Czech Republic, they're just gonna need to wait and see who the third team is in the D group, because that's the team that they will be qualifying against for a spot in the semi-finals.
Yeah, so Switzerland, they will have won 6 games and only 1 defeat. Okay, I've just been handed the sheet of paper with all the details on the playoffs. And the ones that are confirmed are Switzerland will be waiting on either Austria, Korea, or other teams which are maybe going to fall into the qualification. So it could be Austria, Korea, or another couple of teams. Norway and Russia have also qualified for the quarterfinals. So there's a qualification round. So that'll be for another 8 teams. They'll be for the teams that are finishing 2nd and 3rd in the groups. And the top team in each of the groups has progressed to the quarters already. So highlights of the game between Switzerland and Czech Republic. This is Zuzana Haikova trying to tap the yellow back for shot. But that resulted in Switzerland picking up 1 shot. The second end. And again, Switzerland putting Czech Republic under a lot of pressure. Zuzana Haikova trying a double tap, but this one just over curled, and it would be a steal of 1 and a 2-0 lead after 2 ends. The third end, and Czech Republic really piling the pressure on Switzerland, which left Zuzana Haikova a draw to the forefoot, which she duly made. This one absolutely perfect. All stones are hanging around. So they took the lead for the first time, 3-2 after the third. Fourth end, you see Switzerland lying 1, trying to just tap back that red edge of the 4. This one was just a little bit heavy, just didn't curl, and it would be a single point, and the game would be tied at 3-3. Fifth end, and a great opportunity for Czech Republic to play a run for 4. This one over curling, just misses it on the inside. And it was a steal for Switzerland, who led 4-3 as they headed into the 6th. But the 7th end, it was again Czech Republic looking to angle a yellow in, but they couldn't, and it was only a single point, and they trailed by 1 into the 8th. And this is Czech Republic's final stone. Switzerland with the hammer.
Fine. Yup.
And they tried to play a tap to make it awkward for Switzerland. This one over curled, meaning Switzerland didn't have to play their last, and a win for Switzerland puts them into the quarterfinals. They are still yet to await see who they'll be up against. Czech Republic will drop down into the qualification round.
So, what was it that made you come out on top today?
The what? Sorry.
What was the key to winning the game?
Oh, I think it wasn't our best game today, so yeah, we just tried to do it better than our opposite, and yeah, it worked at the end, yes.
Well, it was an important game. Were you maybe a bit nervous?
Yeah, for sure. We were very nervous because it was very important. We had to win, so to go to the first in this group. So yeah, I think we were a little bit more nervous. Yeah.
Yeah, you did a great job. And what is it that you like so much about mixed doubles?
I think it's
Me,
just
no?
yeah, I like him. Yeah, that's true. No, but it's just the atmosphere on the ice, so it's calmer, and you just get you can talk to each other more, and it's just a feeling. I think
It's
I really
more offensive.
yeah.
I think.
I like the way of playing, and it's quite for me it's really interesting, this way of just try to go into the button and have the most possible stone in there.
That's what we need also in our team.
Yeah.
So we are both playing the last stones, and I think the draw to the button we have to do always. Yeah.
So, what will be your focus now that you move on to the quarterfinals?
Yeah, we just try to relax tomorrow a little bit to get our force comeback, and yeah, then we just take stone by stone and play as much good as possible. Yeah.
Well, enjoy the final stages.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So that was Team Switzerland making their way into the quarterfinals. So that's all from this draw here at the Ice Bowl in Dumfries, Scotland. So please join us later for more action from the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championships 2014.